Hi, my name is Alexander Mercado, and this is.
I'm Joseph Garcia, and today we commemorate those who lost their lives on the September 11 attacks. This Saturday marks the 20-year anniversary of the largest terrorist attack in American history.
2,977 people died in the attacks on the Twin Towers and the Pentagon. 400 of those who died were service members responding to the first attacks minutes before the second plane hit.
Weeks after the attack, President Bush called on a war on terror, signing off on the invasion of Afghanistan to capture the perpetrators, Osama bin Laden and Al Qaeda. It wasn't until 2011 when President Obama announced that the raid on bin Laden was successful.
20 years after the attacks, the U.S. has begun the evacuation of American forces in Afghanistan, ending the longest war in American history.
The victims of the attack are honored at the 9/11 Memorial, situated in front of the Freedom Tower in New York.
Today, AE News and AMP spoke to some of the students to find out what they knew about September 11th, and Chief Truby gave us an interview with his perspective on this anniversary.
Hello, our names are Anthony.
Alieska.
And Evelyn.
We are here joined with AE News.
And today we are going to be interview students about what they know, what happens on 9/11. Can you tell us your name and your grade?
I'm a senior. I'm Joseph Gutierrez.
My name is Brian Mendoza. I'm a 12th grader.
My name is Alexander Fernandez, and I'm a senior.
Okay, the first question is, do you know what 9/11 means to American people?
No. 9/11 is a really sad day because some people lost their family members to a really bad occasion that the the people from Afghanistan did.
Yeah, it was a tragic event that happened before my time.
What have you been taught in school about 9/11?
Really sad day. It was a day where they got attacked by a terrorist attack basically.
I've been taught that it was like a terrorist attack from somewhere in Afghanistan.
Do you know anyone who was affected by 9/11?
I was affected myself because I lost my grandpa in 9/11.
I personally do not know anyone.
Personally, no.
And the last question is, do you have any family members who fought in Afghanistan or Iraq?
No.
My cousin, he fights in Afghanistan. He's deployed right now, but he's fighting for our country. No.
My name is Esmeralda Lopez. My first question I have for you today is, what do you remember about 9/11? What was that day like for you?
I vividly remember 9/11 just like it was yesterday. I was a first class in the Navy. I was at MA1. I was stationed at Seal Beach Naval Weapons Station. I was standing in the front gate checking IDs and checking vehicles as they came in. And I had one vehicle come in and say, "Hey, did you guys hear about what happened to the Twin Tower? A plane went into the Twin Tower." So at that point, this was just the first plane, so didn't really think much of it. Maybe like an accident, or maybe it was a misunderstanding. Then not even, oh man, 15 minutes later, maybe 20 minutes later, second car came in saying the same thing. "Did you hear about, an airplane that went through one of the Twin Towers?" Not even 2 minutes later, we get a phone call on the base. "Secure all gates. Only personnel that can come on are considered essential personnel." So we locked down the base from that point on, and it was a scary moment at the time. So that's what I vividly remember, and how I felt was, you kind of feel like when somebody punched you and knocked the air out of you. It was like surreal, like maybe this is not really happening.
No, yeah, I feel like that moment for you was like a very emotional moment. Like you never thought this would happen. Yeah. So my second question is, what is the one thing you want students to know about the day? Like, not, you telling us all this and how you felt, and how you felt how like you were being punched in the stomach. What would you want to let people know?
So in the military, we always say a hero that's not recognized is a hero forgotten, right? So it is a constant reminder to all of us don't take any day for granted. A lot of the first responders that responded ended up losing their lives. And it was really sad because they knew going into that burning building that they were not going to come back out.
Yeah, I totally understand that we shouldn't take any day for granted because we never know if someone else could have been in that same situation. Now that we are pulling away from Afghanistan, how does that make you feel after so many years and it being the anniversary of 9/11 this Saturday?
Me being a military personnel, I'm glad to see our troops are finally being pulled out of Afghanistan. I think it was the right decision to pull our troops out. I'm very glad to see our troops pull out, and it was unfortunate for the 13 that did die from the suicide bomber, and that really like hit close to home because those are my military people, right? It doesn't matter what branch of service that they were in. They sacrificed the ultimate, which was their life, to aid and abet the Afghanistan country itself to be able to stand up on their own 2 feet. So I'm glad our troops are back home, and it's unfortunate for those families that did lose our military members. But yes, I'm glad to see our troops. We're always glad to see our troops come back home.
What would you say is your final thing you would say, like experiencing such a thing and still being here today?
It is a constant reminder, and I think we should always, when I say celebrate 9/11, I mean as in us as a nation. How when 9/11 did happen, how we all came together as a nation, and then you look at here recently how divided we were as a nation, and it's sad that something so traumatic has to happen to bring us together as Americans, right? So hopefully this is a constant reminder to us that we're so resilient as a country, we can overcome anything.
I hope all of you guys enjoyed this talk with Chief Truby. This talk that in some way will help us understand what happened in the better sense of people who were actually there and help us heal. Thank you so much once again. And here is
Chief Truby with NJROTC. Thank you guys.